Democrats and the president. They not only face problems in the Midwest, where we started our show with the UAW strike. Let's turn now to what's going on in New York City, where tensions are growing as it relates to that city's migrant crisis. Anti-migrant protesters hit the streets outside of the Roosevelt Hotel today. It's been used as an arrival center and really a shelter for migrants there. The demonstrators interrupted a press conference led by some pretty big-name Democrats who you see there. Hard to hear AOC there. Chris, this is growing and growing and growing right now in a city where leadership is pointing its fingers back at the White House.
Yeah, this is a kind of issue that will move voters to vote that will supersede other considerations. If every state's a border state now, which is the consequence, the problem, and this is not just an American problem, it's around the world. The global South putting pressure on the global North, poor countries south of the equator putting pressure on wealthy nations in the North. This is coming to. We were just in Chicago. We had a great town hall with Mike Pence and talking to the folks out there. That's what they're experiencing. That's what they see. This is the kind of issue, like crime, that it is adjacent to, that will push voters who might be open to the Democrats away from it if the Democratic Party can't.
Well, we just heard it was the first thing that Pete Sessions told us in that interview when we were just talking about general Washington messiness. He went right to the border. Ashley.
Well, yeah, and I think if you talk to any of the presidential candidates right now, the thing they're hearing about is, number one, the border, two, crime, and three, the economy. In what order? You know, it doesn't matter. But the administration has to get a grasp on this because, and when you said this, or that when President Trump, like him or not, when he was in, the border was under control more than it ever was, right tactics or not. We have to acknowledge that. And I also think that these cities that are getting most of these individuals, which one, I hate that these individuals are being politicized because they're human beings, and that's what we, number one, should be thinking of first. But these cities and the governors and the mayors always said they're sanctuary cities. They want to be sanctuary cities. So now they're sanctuary cities. And so they're not dealing with the problem. They have to come up with some of these processes of how to deal with it. And it is the administration's fault that they're putting their head in the sand and not dealing with it.
Yeah, this is a major political problem because Chris is right. This isn't, I grew up in San Diego, so this, border state. People who live with this see this issue very differently and very personally compared to the rest of the country. We live with the fear of, hey, if you get hit by an illegal immigrant who doesn't have a license or insurance, you're screwed. Like that, that we were taught that growing up. And this is an issue that kind of cuts through all the chatter of Washington because it's in your backyard. Yeah. It's in your emergency rooms. It's in your schools. It's on your freeways. And if the administration doesn't have an answer for it, and this keeps going on, it's just like death by a thousand cuts. It's a core competency issue, and that's one of the things that has been one of the strengths of the Biden argument. I'm the competent one, competency over chaos. This stuff cuts through that.
Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to subscribe. Click the red button to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.